In this video, we're going to show you how to replace your leaking wheel cylinder and fix your brakes. Let's get to it. After being parked for a few weeks, our old brakes suddenly gave out when going for a drive. And sure thing, when we got back, it turned out the wheel cylinder had started leaking. A lot. So much that it had drained the reservoir, making us lose our brakes. This is a very extreme case. Normally, you either notice it by feeling the car pull to one side while braking or having a spongy brake pedal. Luckily, it's very easy to fix and the wheel cylinder is not expensive to replace. First, you've got to lift your car and put it on jack stands. Remove the wheel and then remove all the brake hardware, which we'll show you in a separate video. You can click the pop-up here or follow the link in the description below. Now it's time to remove the wheel cylinder. Use a wrench to remove the two bolts mounting the wheel cylinder to the backing plate. Then grab an open-end wrench and loosen the brake line. If you feel it's pretty stuck, first spray it with some penetrating oil and use a brake line wrench to avoid stripping the fitting. With the brake line loose, you want to be quick because brake fluid will start to drip out. It's best to place some rags under it, but our brake fluid reservoir got drained by the leaking wheel cylinder, so there's no need for us to do that. Then remove the wheel cylinder and clean all the gunk and debris from the contact area before installing the new one. Remove the protective cap from the new wheel cylinder and put it in place. Simply line up the holes and press it against the backing plate. Then first connect the brake line to the new wheel cylinder so your brake line stops leaking, but don't fully tighten it yet. Put the bolts in hand tight before properly tightening them with a wrench. Finally, fully tighten the brake line, but be careful you don't put too much force on it. It's only a copper fitting, which is a lot softer than steel. Then reinstall all the brake hardware. We'll link to the detailed video in the description below if you need help installing the hardware, so make sure to check it out. The next step is to bleed the brakes. But first, you need to put the drum on there. That's because the brakes need to have something to push against. If you don't put the drum on there, the wheel cylinder will keep on going outward until it pops, and you don't want that to happen. With the drum in place, we're going to show you how to bleed your brakes. It doesn't matter if it's a drum or a caliper. The method is exactly the same. Before doing anything else, first fill the brake fluid reservoir back up with brake fluid so you don't pull air into the brake lines while bleeding the brakes. If you have difficulty seeing the fluid level, place a flashlight behind the reservoir. This will make it easier to see where the fluid is at. Then wipe off any fluid you might have spilled and close it back up so the brake fluid doesn't get exposed to the humid air and absorb moisture. Now locate the bleeder valve on your brakes. It's going to be located on the inside of your wheels at either the top of the drum brake or if your car has brake calipers at the top of those. For this demonstration, we're showing the process on the front brake caliper because we have more room to film there. But the process is exactly the same on all brakes. Take the protective cap off the bleeder valve and put a wrench on it. You can use a special adapter to fit a tube or just put the correct size tube on directly and connect it to a bottle or container to catch the old brake fluid. Then have someone sit in the car ready to press the brake when you say so. Tell the other person to press the brake while you're opening the bleeder valve. Let some fluid pass through and close the valve again before you tell the other person to release the pedal. Keep doing this until the fluid is nice and clear and no air bubbles come out. Remember to frequently check your brake fluid reservoir so it doesn't run dry or you'll be pushing air in your brake lines. When you see nice and clear fluid after bleeding the brakes for about 10 to 20 times depending on how long the brake line is, close it back up again. Then disconnect the tube and clean everything off with brake cleaner. Because remember, brake fluid is corrosive and will damage paint and corrode metal. And don't forget to clean your wheels below the brakes. Often brake fluid leaks on there and will damage the paint if you don't clean it. With everything installed and clean, the only thing left to do now is fill the brake fluid reservoir back up again. Finally, wipe off any drops you might have spilled and you're done. When you go for a test drive, check if you have a firm pedal and you're not pulling to one side when braking. That's all there is to it. It's super easy. Thanks for watching. More videos are on the way, so be sure to like, comment, and share this video. It really helps us out a lot. Our content wouldn't be possible without the amazing support of our patrons and YouTube channel members, whose crew you can join via the links in the description to see our schedule, vote on future videos, get behind-the-scenes sneak peeks, and much more. This is Classic Car Maintenance, and we'll see you on the next one.